come, they say, see, if you check the way we be say things take destroy inside the state, e be like when people fight war. You know, say if you fight war finish, you know how they be now, everywhere go scatter, misarrange everywhere. So the man they talk say, see, that 1 trillion naira self, you know, go feel reach what they want
to. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Ignore the noise. I'm actually filming outside my house. That's because the heat in the house is too much. So I decided to come outside and film a video. If you are seeing my face for the first time, I am Glorydpoet. I love to create amazing content here on YouTube. I have lots of videos for you guys. I have handwork series, cooking tutorials, tips and tricks, random ideas, everything juicy just for you guys. On today's episode of handwork series, I'll be speaking with a friend of mine and a colleague. Her name is Uche Nwayiocha of Wazobia FM. If you guys are wondering, you want to see the face behind the voice, watch this video till the end. Click on the cute subscribe button, turn on post notifications so when I post a video, you guys will definitely be notified. Support my channel, please. Let's grow. You know, I need more subscribers, okay? And share my videos as well. I'm going to see you after the interview, and you guys should leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I still remain my humble self, Glorydpoet. My social media handles at Glorydpoet. Please, let's keep talking.
Alright, my name is Uche, blessed with Chichi. Particularly on radio, I'm called Uche Nwayiocha because of what I do. I'm a newscaster. For the purpose of this interview, I would just give that designation. I'm a newscaster for Wazobia FM Lagos.
Years of experience in the job.
Talking about my experience or my years of experience in this job, it's been over, on the overall level, it's been 5-6 years, yes, you know. But here as a PIDGIN newscaster on one of Nigeria's #1 PIDGIN radio station, Wazobia FM, it's about 2 years, a year, and you know, into this kind of broadcasting. I actually did read mass communication as a discipline. I studied that in the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. I studied mass communication actually. And it's, I would say the experience there is quite in-depth because it's like you're placed in the field to do exactly or a replica of what you would do in any media organization outside.
This particular job, can anyone do it?
Oh, PIDGIN newscasts, of course. Whoever has got an interest can do the job. It's not a job that you would say, I'm the only person who can because I have. No, once you have the interest, you have the passion for it, and you have the right training, of course, you can do it. PIDGIN newscasts, of course you can.
What are the skills required for the job?
Basically, for me, I would just say you should have an open mind to learn. Because PIDGIN, of course, in Nigeria is one of the language that we speak, both in the streets, anywhere, in any area. You just believe it's there, it's everywhere. But when you take it professionally, or you take it to a professional level, you would understand that it's not just that kind of PIDGIN that you know. Because you can believe that PIDGIN is everywhere. Of course, in the streets you speak PIDGIN. In Nigeria here, I'm talking about the country. Everyone speaks PIDGIN. But it's not as simple as you think it is. When you take it to a professional level, or you want to do it on a professional level, you just have to be open to learn, at least from the few people who have done it, you know, before you. So you have to learn. Just that, basically.
So, what is the best career advice you've gotten while in the job?
While on this particular job,
Yes.
best career advice is just to get or to keep focused. You know, be focused and build yourself. I remember one of I would call him a boss of mine. Remember him telling me one time that, see, you just have to put your mind to this thing. And apart from that, be you. Just be unique. So I would say that's like the best advice. Being you, learning, you know, the way it's being done, but presenting and delivering the news in your own style.
If you are to employ someone to assist you, what are the things you would look out for?
All right. If I want to take somebody to assist me, you should at least be a patient person. Because you should be, I think you have to be very, very patient. Patience, I mean, is for everything you would learn in every stage. If you are aspiring, to be the best in what you do, at least you should be patient even to learn, to take advice, to take correction, because you can't get it right all the time. That's why I say you should be patient. So patient for it, for me, is key.
Next one is, how did you prepare for this job before you got it?
If I tell you it's easy or it was easy, then I will be lying. It wasn't easy, like easy go like only. But the thing is, it's because of my kind of personality. I told myself all the time that this thing you have set your mind to do it. So why don't do it? Do it. I remember transcribing. So anytime I do that or I go through the process of transcribing, people call it exam. Why did you give this girl this kind of exam to do? They've given her examination again to write, so that's quite funny, yeah? But it's part of it. You'll be writing, you have to, the time, you have to pick the time, you have to be on air at 8 and just get it done. So all those things basically was what I have to do, learn new words. What's the word in the streets now? Like presently, you hear people say, "It get why," it choke you. Honestly, you just have to find a way to put these lines, you understand, into your work so that you communicate better to the people, the grassroots people. I mean, basically the audience of Wazobia FM.
What is your typical day like?
Okay, to start with, I used to be a very, very serious person. So, as a serious person, you know how a serious person's day should go. After work, you go to your house, you're serious, you're reading a book and all that. But now, after work, I want to, see a movie, talk to a loved one, talk to somebody around, converse, and eat good food. And then, if there's time for me, I like to sleep and sleep.
Nice. So is every news newsworthy?
Nope. It might sound somehow, but it's not every news that is newsworthy. Particularly, it depends on what your station stands for. What is news to our sister station like Nigerian Info? It's news, but to our own audience, it won't really sink well. So if something just breaks or something happens and all that, it's not, this thing just happened, want to go and report it, want to do this, want to do that. No.
Yeah.
Is it the kind of information that your audience, your station's audience wants to hear? And basically, even if you feel that they don't want to hear that kind of information, delivery again matters. How do you bring that supposed information that you think will not be of interest to those people? How do you make it, interesting for them to hear? So not all news item are newsworthy, like I said. So I would say that the news process is same almost everywhere. The news production process. First, you get your news from reliable sources. There are news organizations, I wouldn't want to call names, trusted bodies, trusted organizations that you can get your news content from. And another thing is, what are your reporters doing? Of course, your reporters will file in the news, what's ongoing there, why you go to the secondary sources to get your information. And after doing that, you put those stories, you look at each story and think of which one is more important than the other based on the personality, the news personality involved, or the importance of the story. That's where in news training you hear the five W's and H and all that. The who, the what, the where, the when, and every other W and H that makes up, you know, the process of the quality of the news. So after getting that, you align it, you cut your inserts, so the typical process for doing it now. And then you get yourself ready. As a newscaster, you go through your script, look at it. For me, that's a PIDGIN newscaster. Of course, I have to look at the story. What is it all about? As it like what's this? My new script is not actually being produced in PIDGIN. It's an English bulletin. It's been handed over to me. I look at it, I go through it, understand what the story is saying, and summarize it in the language that my audience would understand, and that is PIDGIN. So that's just the usual, or I would say the fundamental process involved in news production.
Nice. So how do you pronounce names and things you've never heard before correctly on air?
Okay, for that, I laughed because I know how we do it. For me as a PIDGIN newscaster, I always have a way around it. First, I don't like to murder people's names, but even by the ethics of this job, of course, you need to get it right. So you have the internet sources there. You have Google. Google is your friend. Or YouTube. Just go there, type the person's name, especially these foreign names, get to know how it's been pronounced. But when delivering, because you sound like what your audience actually wants you to sound like. Yes, because they really want to understand it. So sometimes the names actually do not really matter to them, but we all know as news producer, as a news editor, as a news person, that knowing how to pronounce names correctly is important because it will also help them. But we have a way that just go around it, maneuver it as PIDGIN people, especially when you don't really know much about the pronunciation of that name.
Perfect. So, negotiation of salary for someone that wants to apply to become a newscaster. What's your advice for them?
So for now, I'm not an employer, guys. This particular amount they are paying me, is it okay for me? So that's the question you need to ask yourself. I'll just say to you that you can be anything you want to be, anything you set your mind on. You can be that person. You don't need to sit, just do what you can in that level where you are. So catch me up on my social media platforms. On Instagram, I am Nwayiocha1, Nwayiocha1 on Instagram. And while on Facebook, I am Blessed Ugochukwu. Remember, I told you, don't worry, when you get there, you see everything you need to see. I have a Facebook page also that you can follow, which is Uche Nwayiocha. Remember, it's Nwayiocha. And then what else? Twitter at Nwayiocha_1. That's it on Twitter. Catch ya, guys. Take care. Bye. Take me for in your mouth.
So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment in the comment section. I love you guys. I still remain my humble self, Glorydpoet. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video.